Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Eternal Red Flare version. This is the version of Eternal from the Kamen Rider Double Returns movie Eternal. It is, I believe, okay, I don't think I got this wrong, but it's been a while since I've seen it, but it was used by who is the Utopia Dopant, and it is the T1 Eternal Memory, kind of a almost prototype-like thing, and it's like the first stage of it before its true potential is unlocked by Real Eternal, his name I forget. He's the zombie guy. Anyway, why am I forgetting his name? Shokichi? It's not Shoichi. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I bored you enough with the facts. So, this box is very white. It's just all-around white box, pretty much, with a black and white stock photo of Eternal here. And then his name is done in red with some flames on it, which is kind of a nice touch. It's just kind of cool. It looks especially cool on the side here, on the other side and on the top. And then you get some pose ideas for him on the back. So, not my favorite box, but the flame idea off the white looks cool because it, evokes his suit. And I've left accessory here on the side. Okay, so accessories-wise, I just left these in the tray for ease. You get 4 sets of hands, the 2 fists that are on him right now, but he's hiding them because he's doing a magic trick or something. These 2 prostate exam pointing hands. You've got holding dagger hands, and then you've got splayed open relaxed hands. And then he falls over out of embarrassment of how little he has. And then you get this cool flowy cape piece for, I guess you could use it on him, but it's mainly for your other Eternal Figuart if you do have it, and I will be demonstrating that in a minute after I go over this guy. So this guy is very, very basic if you couldn't tell. You can't really complain that he doesn't have much detail because that is not the way he is designed, and he is designed the way he's supposed to be. The head sculpt is very well done. I really enjoy the yellow compound eyes. I think they did a really good job on them. They look sharp. Basically, an all-white helmet, which is this gray streak here, but the sculpt is well done. Be careful here, don't drop this or anything. Mine almost looks like, no, it's just something else. Anyway, you don't want to break them. His chest here is all white. There's no way around it. It's nothing special, just completely white. You couldn't tell already, this was before he had all of the maximum drive slots, which you usually have here and then up here, of course. But he doesn't got any of that. On his arms here, instead of like blue flames, he's got red ones, which actually protrude up into here. And his arms are red, which looks really nice. It looks cool. I like the way that looks. You got his lost driver here. Unfortunately, the memory appears black, even though it's kind of like a lemonade white-yellow color. But other than that, that's fine. It's just kind of disappointing now because like the double ones weren't really that color-coded. But then you get into like O's Figuarts and you have like individually tinted O metals and little individual switches for Forze. So anyway, and then down here, white legs. You've got fire around his leg gauntlets, but yeah, very, very basic, but that's really not, they didn't do that wrong, so that's the way he is. Articulation, 360 ball joint here, swiveling, double elbow joint, swiveling at the fist, excuse me, I'm sorry, swiveling here at the waist and the chest, 360 ball joint on his head, nice all-around movement, 360 ball joint here, swiveling, double knee joint, swiveling here at his foot, and the toe articulation action, which is very tight. It's tight like a toiga. Anyway, very nicely done on articulation, no loose joint problems to speak of whatsoever. It's a very solid figure. There's really nothing wrong with him. Nice articulation. His details are all the way they're supposed to be. They did a good job with it. It's certainly not a bad figure by any means. This is definitely going to be a weird wrap-up. He's got his little cape on right now. But here is a regular Eternal that we came to know. He's got his cape on. Let's go ahead and switch the capes out. Before I do that, let me just take this out because I know it's going to fall out. Let's just pull his head off. The head sculpt is the exact same. And pull this piece off. And this is kind of creepy, but I'm going to go ahead and show this while this is out. You can see the differences here. It's the same exact thing, just red, blue, and the only other difference is that he's got maximum drive slots on his arm and his chest and his leg. But otherwise, it's the same exact thing. So I'm going to set him aside, and we're going to now give him... I got it on there. Sorry about all the cutaways. You put the neck... What I did is I ended up reattaching the headpiece to the neck first, and then I basically screwed it on. It's actually, at least for me, it was rather quite difficult to just do that. But anyway, So that's all done. So sorry about the cutaways yet again, but just take the whole neck piece out, you place this on there, put the neck and head back in, and it fits nicely, and it looks pretty badass. I am not taking that off ever again because of the enormous amount of time it took me to finish that up, but very cool. There's part of me that's always a little bit upset that you don't get everything the first time you get the figure, you know? But there's also a part of me that likes the fact that when they're going to release a figure like him that involves him, that they do something to add to it or possibly correct a mistake like a head sculpt. So I guess I can get don't mind that. So yeah, that's very cool. It looks awesome. I like it. So that's about it. This is a really hard figure to get to a final conclusion about because he's not a bad figure at all. He's a quite solid figure. The paint looks good. There's no QC issues in terms of articulation or paint mistakes. He's just basically, it's really subjective. Like, if you really love Eternal, or in particularly love the design of Red Flare, then go for it. It's a solid figure. Or if you just like Eternal so much that you want a cape for him, then go for it. It's definitely a nice little package, but it's more of a case-by-case basis. It's not like one of those figures where I'm like, oh my god, every Rider fan or every Sentai fan needs to own this figure. It's more like, if you like him, you're not going to be disappointed, but there's definitely more important figures out there for forms and characters that appeared longer. But yeah, still a good figure, just really hard to put a specific, like, you know, buy it or don't buy it on it. It's very difficult. Anyway, I've been rambling enough. That's about it. Until next time, make sure to check out RidersRangersRambles.com for token news in the craziest way possible. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.